The red hut stood at the edge of Umueze village like a bleeding wound against the green forest. Its walls, painted with sacred ochre and palm oil, gleamed under the hot sun. No one dared to look at it directly. "Never go near that place," the elders warned. "Those who enter never return the same." 12-year-old Nkechi pressed her thin body against the baobab tree, watching. She was different from other children. While they played by the river, she heard whispers in the wind. While they slept peacefully, she dreamed of dancing shadows. The other orphans at Mama Aju's compound called her Ghost Eyes because her eyes changed color in moonlight. But Nkechi kept her biggest secret hidden. She could see the spirits that guarded the red hut. They beckoned to her every night. "Nkechi, stop staring at that cursed place." Mama Aju's voice cracked like a whip. "Come pound the cassava." But Nkechi couldn't stop watching. Today, the red hut's door stood slightly open, and from within came the sound of drums that no human hands were playing. Mama Aju's compound housed 7 orphans, but none were treated worse than Nkechi. The old woman feared her strange ways and made her work from dawn until her fingers bled. "Evil child," Mama Aju muttered, throwing scraps of food at Nkechi's feet. "Your mother died birthing you, and your father vanished into the forest. You carry bad luck." The other orphans, Obina, Nia, and little Tiamu, ate their porridge in silence. They pitied Nkechi but dared not show kindness. Mama Aju's stick found anyone who befriended the strange girl. That night, Nkechi lay on her thin mat, stomach growling. Through the window, she saw the red hut glowing in the darkness. The spirit voices grew louder. "Come, child of 2 worlds," they sang. "Your destiny awaits." Nkechi pressed her hands over her ears, but the voices came from inside her head. She knew the stories. People who entered the red hut either died or emerged mad, speaking in tongues and seeing things that weren't there. But what if she was already mad? What if the spirits were real? Tomorrow, the village would celebrate the harvest festival. Tomorrow, she would find her courage. The village square burst with life. Drummers pounded out ancient rhythms while dancers spun in circles, their raffia skirts flying. The air smelled of roasted goat and honey beer. Nkechi helped serve food to the elders, invisible as always. But today felt different. The spirits were restless, swirling around the celebration like invisible smoke. Chief Bakani raised his staff. "We thank the ancestors for this harvest. May the rains come again. May our village prosper. May we prosper," the crowd echoed. Suddenly, the drum stopped. A figure emerged from the forest, old Sangoma Thandi, the village diviner. Her eyes were wild, her hair white as ash. "The spirits speak," she cried. "A great change comes. The red hut calls for its chosen one." People backed away in fear. Sangoma Thandi's predictions never failed. "Who?" Chief Bakani demanded. "Who does it call?" The diviner's eyes found Nkechi in the crowd. She pointed a bony finger. "The orphan with ghost eyes. She must enter before the moon dies, or our village will wither like leaves in drought." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Mama Aju grabbed Nkechi's arm, her nails digging deep. "No, she's cursed enough already." The celebration died instantly. Parents grabbed their children and hurried home. Whispers followed Nkechi like angry bees. "Ghost Eyes will bring doom upon us all. Send her away before she curses our crops." Chief Bakani called an emergency meeting in his hut. The elders sat in a circle, their faces grave in the firelight. Nkechi stood in the center, feeling like a goat before slaughter. "The child is dangerous," said Elder Muntu, stroking his gray beard. "Her mother practiced forbidden magic. That's why she died." "Lies." Sangoma Thandi spat. "The girl's mother was pure. She died protecting this village from something you've all forgotten." "What thing?" Chief Bakani asked. The diviner's voice dropped to a whisper. "The reason we built the red hut. The ancient evil trapped inside. It grows stronger each year. Only one with the gift can renew the binding." Mama Aju laughed bitterly. "You want to sacrifice an orphan to your superstitions?" "Not sacrifice," Sangoma Thandi said. "Transform. The girl has her mother's power. She just doesn't know it yet." The fire crackled. Outside, hyenas howled in the distance. Nkechi felt the spirits pressing closer, their invisible hands on her shoulders. Tell her the truth, Sangoma Thandi demanded. She deserves to know about her mother. Chief Bakani sighed deeply. Your mother, Nkechi, was our greatest protector. She could walk between the world of spirits and flesh. Nkechi's heart pounded. No one ever spoke of her parents. 12 years ago, the chief continued, a dark spirit escaped from the ancient burial grounds. It possessed people, made them do terrible things. Your mother trapped it in the red hut, but the binding cost her life force. She died giving birth to you, passing her gift to you. My father, Nkechi whispered. The elders exchanged dark looks. Your father was the first possessed. Your mother had to stop him. He's part of what's trapped in the red hut. The world spun. Nkechi's father, the monster in the red hut? Her mother, a spirit warrior? The binding weakens, Sangoma Thandi said urgently. See how our crops fail? How the rains don't come. The dark spirit fights to break free. Only someone with your mother's blood can renew the prison. Or die trying, Elder Munta added coldly. Nkechi stood straighter. All her life, she'd been nothing. Now, she was possibly everything. What must I do? Dawn came too quickly. Sangoma Thandi led Nkechi to the sacred grove where ancient mahogany trees formed a natural circle. Here, the diviner would prepare her for the trial ahead. Strip, Sangoma Thandi commanded. The spirits must see you as you truly are. Nkechi obeyed, shivering in the cool morning air. The old woman painted white symbols on her skin with chalk and ash, chanting in the old language. These marks will protect your body, she explained. But your spirit must protect itself. She placed a necklace of bones and red beads around Nkechi's neck. Your mother wore this. It will help you remember who you are when the darkness tries to make you forget. What will I face in there? Nkechi asked. I don't know. The red hut shows each person their own trial. Your mother saw her deepest love turn to monster. You might see worse. Sangoma Thandi taught her protection chants and gave her a small bag of sacred herbs. Burn these if you need to clear your sight. Trust your gift, child. The spirits that whisper to you, some are good, some are evil. You must learn to tell them apart. That evening, the village gathered outside Mama Aju's compound. Some came to pray, others to watch the strange orphan fail. Nkechi sat alone, preparing her spirit for tomorrow's trial. Young Tmu crept to her side. I'm scared for you, the little girl whispered. Nkechi hugged her. Don't be. I finally know why I'm different. It's not a curse, it's a purpose. Even Obina and Nia approached, offering small gifts, a carved wooden bird for protection, a handful of roasted groundnuts for strength. We were wrong to shun you, Nia admitted. You're braver than all of us. As the moon rose, Nkechi noticed a figure in the shadows. A woman in white, transparent as mist, watched her with sad eyes. The spirit looked familiar. Mother. Nkechi breathed. The ghost nodded slowly, then pointed toward the red hut. Her lips moved soundlessly, but Nkechi understood. I'll be with you. The other orphans couldn't see the spirit, but they felt the air grow cold. They hugged Nkechi tighter, sensing this might be goodbye. Tomorrow would bring answers or death. Tonight, for the first time in her life, Nkechi wasn't alone. The whole village lined the path to the red hut. Women ululated, that high, trilling cry of celebration and mourning. Men beat drums in the rhythm of heartbeats. Children threw flower petals that looked like drops of blood in the morning light. Nkechi walked barefoot, wearing only a white wrapper cloth. The painted symbols on her skin seemed to move, writhing like living things. Her ghost eyes blazed silver in the sunlight. Chief Bakani and the elders stood before the red hut. Its door hung open like a hungry mouth. From within came the sound of rattling chains and something breathing, something large. Nkechi, daughter of Sekai, the chief intoned formally, you go where others dare not. May the ancestors guide you. May the spirits recognize their own. Sangoma Thandi pressed a torch into her hand. Light conquers darkness, child. Remember that. Nkechi approached the door. The closer she got, the louder the spirit voices became. Some warned her back. Others urged her forward. But above them all, she heard her mother's voice. Be strong, my daughter. She stepped across the threshold. The door slammed shut behind her. The village's sounds vanished. She stood in absolute darkness, holding only her flickering torch. The torch revealed a narrow corridor lined with mud walls. Strange symbols covered every surface. Some looked like the ones on Nkechi's skin, others hurt to look at directly. She moved forward, each step echoing strangely. The corridor seemed to stretch forever, but she knew this was spirit magic. Distance meant nothing here. A child's laughter echoed ahead. Nkechi's heart jumped. It sounded like Tiamu. But how could the little orphan be here? She rounded a corner and gasped. There sat Tiamu, playing with wooden dolls. The child looked up with black, empty eye sockets. Come play with me, Nkechi, the thing wearing Tiamu's face said. Stay here forever. No more hunger. No more pain. Nkechi's hand trembled on the torch. This wasn't real. It couldn't be. She closed her eyes and recited the protection chant Sangoma Thandi taught her. When she opened them, the false Tiamu shrieked and melted like wax. The corridor shook with rage. You deny my gifts, a voice boomed from everywhere and nowhere. Let's see what else you'll refuse. The walls began to bleed. The blood rose quickly, reaching her ankles, her knees. The torch flame flickered dangerously. If it died, she'd drown in darkness. The blood reached Nkechi's waist, warm and thick. Panic clawed at her throat. She couldn't swim in this, it was too dense, pulling her down like quicksand. Mother, she cried. Help me. The torch flame grew brighter. In its light, she saw the truth. The blood was an illusion, but her fear made it real. The dark spirit fed on terror. She forced herself to laugh. Is this your best trick? Fake blood? My monthly bleeding is scarier than this. The blood vanished instantly. She stood in a round chamber with 7 doors. Each door bore a different symbol, one for each year she'd lived as an orphan. Choose, the voice commanded. Behind 6 doors lies madness. Behind one lies what you seek. Choose wrong and join the others who failed. Nkechi studied each door. Her gift stirred, and she began seeing spirit residue, ghostly handprints of those who'd chosen wrong. Every door showed death marks except. The 5th door bore her mother's symbol, faint but true. She pressed her palm against it. The door swung open to reveal her greatest fear. There stood Mama Aju, but transformed, kind, loving, arms open for embrace. My daughter, she cooed. I'm sorry I was cruel. Come, let me love you as you deserve. Every orphan's dream stood before her, a mother's love, acceptance, belonging. Mama Aju's eyes shone with tears of regret. I was afraid of your gift, the false mother said. But now I understand. You're special, chosen. Let me care for you properly. Nkechi's heart ached. How many nights had she dreamed of this? But the necklace around her neck grew hot, burning her skin. Her real mother's warning. You're not her, Nkechi said firmly. Mama Aju would never change. That's not who she is. But you want her to, the thing cried. I can be everything you need. No. Nkechi stepped forward. I don't need her love anymore. I have my purpose. The false Mama Aju's face twisted with rage. Her skin peeled away, revealing something ancient and horrible underneath, a creature of shadow and bone, with too many teeth and eyes in wrong places. Then yearning, it shrieked, lunging forward. Nkechi threw the sacred herbs into her torch flame. White smoke exploded outward. The creature screamed and dissolved, leaving only bitter ash. A new passage opened. A spiral staircase descending into earth. The real trial waited below. She could feel it, old, patient, hungry. Her father's spirit twisted into something monstrous. The stairs seemed carved from single stone, worn smooth by countless feet. As Nkechi descended, the walls began showing images, memories trapped in rock. She saw her mother, young and beautiful, dancing with a tall man. Her father, before the possession. They looked so happy, so in love. Next image, her father returning from a hunt, but something wrong in his eyes. The dark spirit had found him in the forest, slipped inside through some weakness. Another, her mother realizing the truth, weeping as she prepared the binding ritual. Her swollen belly showed she was near birth. Final image, the confrontation. Her mother channeling ancestral power, trapping both dark spirit and her beloved husband in the red hut. The effort stealing her life force, leaving only enough to birth Nkechi. See how love destroys, the voice taunted. Your mother killed your father. You exist because of betrayal. No, Nkechi said firmly. She saved him from doing worse. She saved the village. Love means making impossible choices. The images shattered like glass. She'd passed another test, understanding instead of blaming. The stairs ended at an iron door marked with chains. Behind it, something paced like a caged leopard. Something that had waited 12 years for her arrival. The chamber beyond defied logic, too vast to fit inside the hut, lit by no source Nkechi could see. In the center stood a figure that made her soul weep. Her father, but not. His tall frame remained, but shadows writhed beneath his skin. His eyes held two beings, the man he'd been and the ancient evil wearing him. My daughter, both voices spoke at once. How you've grown. You have your mother's eyes. Are you my father, or are you the demon? Nkechi asked. We are one now. 12 years of fusion. Can't separate water poured into water. He stepped closer. But seeing you, parts of me remember. Remember love. Remember humanity. Then fight it. Mother wouldn't want you trapped like this. His face contorted in pain. Can't. Too late, but you can end this. Kill us both. Set me free. He knelt before her, neck exposed. The torch flame will burn spirit as well as flesh. One thrust, and both demon and man die. Save your village. Become the hero. Nkechi raised the torch, tears streaming. This was why she'd come, to end the threat. But something felt wrong. Too easy. The dark spirit wouldn't surrender unless. You want me to kill, she realized. That's how you transfer. Through murder. Through violation of love. The father thing's face split in a terrible grin. Clever girl. Yes, killing me would break the binding. I'd flow into you, father's blood to daughter's blood. We'd leave together, and I'd have a young, powerful host. So I can't kill you, but I can't leave you here. The binding weakens. Nkechi circled him, thinking hard. Mother knew this. That's why she didn't kill you, she trapped you instead. Your mother was weak. She could have ruled with me. We would have been gods. No. She was strong enough to find another way. Nkechi touched her necklace. The bones hummed with power. And she left me the answer. She understood now. The Red Hut wasn't just a prison, it was a transformation chamber. The trials weren't to test her strength, but to prepare her for this moment. I know what I must do, she said softly. The father thing lunged, but chains materialized from the walls, holding him back. The hut recognized her authority now. She'd passed its tests. You can't hold me forever, he raged. I am eternal. I am hunger itself. Yes, Nkechi agreed. Your hunger. And I'm going to feed you something you've never tasted. Something that will change you forever. She began to sing not a binding song, but a lullaby. Her mother's lullaby, remembered in her bones. The song rose from depths Nkechi didn't know she possessed. Each note carried memory, love, and power. The chamber walls began glowing with soft light. The father thing fought against the chains, snarling. But as the lullaby continued, his struggles weakened. The shadow under his skin writhed, trying to escape the unfamiliar sensation. What are you doing? Both voices asked, confused. Mother sang this to me in the womb, Nkechi said between verses. Even as she died, she sang. Love, father. Pure love. The one thing your demon can't digest. Stop, the demon voice commanded. This burns. But her father's voice grew stronger. Don't. Stop. Please. I remember. This song. Sekai sang it when we first met. Nkechi stepped closer, still singing. She placed her hand on his chest. The touch should have killed her, direct contact with the possessed. Instead, light poured from her palm into him. The demon shrieked. Her father wept. And slowly, impossibly, the two began separating. Oil from water. Darkness from light. Impossible, the demon cried. No magic can undo 12 years of fusion. This isn't magic, Nkechi said. This is love. The only force you never understood. The only power you can't corrupt. The separation looked like birth, messy, painful, necessary. The demon tore free from her father's body like a shadow gaining substance. It took form, ancient, hungry, a thing of smoke and teeth and endless appetite. Her father collapsed, human again but weak. 12 years as a prison had left him aged, gray-haired, trembling. But his eyes were clear. "Nkechi," he whispered. "My daughter? Is it real?" "It's real, Baba," she said, using the word for father she'd never been able to say. The demon circled them, seeking escape. But the chamber held it fast. The Red Hut had rules. What entered must be transformed or contained. No middle ground. "You freed him, but I remain," it boasted. "And now I'm pure, undiluted. I'll devour you both." Nkechi stood, placing herself between the demon and her father. "You're right. You're pure now. Pure hunger. Pure emptiness. And that's why you'll lose." She opened the small bag Sangoma Thandi had given her. Not herb seeds. Seeds from the sacred grove, blessed by generations of protectors. "Hunger must be fed," she said, scattering the seeds. "But what happens when hunger eats her alive, if not loved?" "What is this?" The demon backed away from the glowing fruit. "Food," Nkechi said simply. "What you've been starving for without knowing. You feed on negative emotions because you've never tasted positive ones. Eat. Never. But hunger has no choice when faced with food." The demon's nature betrayed it. It grabbed the nearest fruit and devoured it, a memory of village children laughing. The effect was instant. The demon convulsed, its smoky form flickering. "It burns. But also fills," Nkechi finished. "Really fills. Not the empty calories of fear and hate. Real sustenance." The demon ate another fruit, then another. Compelled by its nature, unable to stop. With each bite, it changed. Grew smaller. Less terrible. Almost sad. As the demon fed, it began to weep, something it had never done in millennia of existence. Black tears that sizzled when they hit the ground. "I remember," it gasped between fruits. "I remember before the hunger. I was a protector." Nkechi's mother's spirit appeared, translucent but present. "You were a village guardian, like me. But something went wrong." The demon, no, the broken guardian, curled into itself. "The famine came. My village starved. Children died. I couldn't protect them. The failure broke me. I became hunger itself, trying to fill the void their deaths left." Nkechi understood. Pain transformed into monster. Grief became demon. The cycle every village feared. "But you can choose differently now," she said gently. "You've tasted love again. You remember fullness. You can transform back." Too late. Too many crimes. Too much damage. Her father stirred, speaking weakly. "Never too late. I know. I carried you 12 years. You're not evil, you're lost. Let us help you find the way home." The broken guardian looked at them, the man it had possessed, the child whose life it had shadowed. In their eyes, impossibly, it found not hatred but understanding. "How?" it whispered. Nkechi knew the answer. She'd learned it through every trial. You transform through choice. Through accepting what you are and choosing what you'll become. She held out her hand. "Take it. Not to possess, but to connect. Let me show you the way back." The guardian hesitated. "I'll hurt you. You'll try not to. That's what matters." It reached out with one smoky tendril. The moment they touched, Nkechi gasped. She felt its millennia of pain, loneliness, and hunger. But underneath, the original purpose, the desperate need to protect, perverted into destruction. "I see you," she whispered. "I see who you really are." Light poured through their connection. Not her light, their light. Guardian and protected, creating something new together. Her mother's spirit joined the link, then her father. For souls in a circle, channeling the Red Hut's true purpose. Not a prison but a healing space. A transformation chamber for broken spirits. The guardian's form began changing. Smoke solidified into flesh. Hunger transformed into purpose. When the light faded, a figure knelt there, neither human nor spirit, but something between. A bridge. "I remember my name," it said in wonder. Gennari. I was Gennari. The chamber dissolved around them. They stood now in a simple hut with red walls, normal-sized, empty of terrors. Sunlight leaked through cracks in the door. The binding is broken, Nkechi's mother's spirit said. But something better replaced it. Understanding. Healing. Connection. What happens now? Nkechi asked. Gennari stood slowly, testing its new form. I cannot undo my crimes. But I can guard again. Properly this time. Protect without consuming. The village won't accept you, her father warned. Then I'll protect from afar. From the forest. Keep the shadows at bay. Gennari looked at Nkechi. You taught me fullness. I won't forget. Her mother's spirit began fading. My time ends. The binding held me here, but now I'm free too. She touched Nkechi's face. You did what I couldn't. You found the third option. Not kill, not trap, heal. Don't go. I must. But I'm always in your blood, your bones, your gift. You are my legacy, and you've surpassed it. The spirit kissed her forehead and vanished. Nkechi felt the loss, but also the gift, all her mother's knowledge flowing into her. She was truly the new guardian now. When Nkechi pushed open the red door, the entire village waited. The sun sat low, painting everything golden. Had she been inside minutes or hours? Time moved strangely in Spirit's faces. She emerged different. Her ghost eyes now held flecks of gold. The painted symbols had become permanent marks on her skin, beautiful, powerful, marking her as between worlds. Her white cloth somehow remained clean. Behind her walked her father, aged but alive. The crowd gasped, stepped back. Some raised spears. Peace, Chief Bakhani commanded. Let her speak. The danger is past, Nkechi announced. Her voice carried new authority. The demon is transformed. My father is free. The red hut is cleansed. Proof. Elder Munta demanded. Gennari materialized at the forest edge, visible to all now, translucent but present. People screamed, but it made no move to approach. I am your new forest guardian, Gennari announced. I will protect your borders from dark spirits. This child taught me the way back to purpose. I am in her debt and yours. Sangoma Thandi cackled with delight. The ancestors sing. The balance is restored. And we have a new spirit walker among us. Not everyone looked convinced, but the chief raised his staff. The trial is complete. Nkechi has proven herself. She is no longer orphan but protector. Life changed slowly in Umueze. At first, people feared Nkechi's transformation. Children ran when she passed. Adults made warning signs. But as days passed without disaster, curiosity replaced fear. The rains returned. Crops grew tall. Gennari kept its promise. No dark spirits entered the village borders. Sometimes hunters glimpsed it among the trees, a guardian shadow keeping watch. Nkechi's father recovered slowly. 12 years of possession left scars. But he was gentle, kind, eager to know his daughter. He told her stories of her mother, filling the empty spaces in her heart. Even Mama Aja changed slightly. She still ran her orphanage with an iron fist, but now she looked at Nkechi with respect instead of fear. You saved us all, ghost eyes, she admitted one morning. Even me. Sangoma Thandi began teaching Nkechi the deeper mysteries. How to walk between worlds safely. How to heal broken spirits. How to maintain the balance. You're not just a spirit walker, the old diviner explained. You're a bridge. You connect what others see as separate human and spirit, healing and protection, love and duty. The red hut became a shrine. People left offerings, whispered prayers. Some nights, Nkechi sat inside, feeling the peace where terror once lived. Transformation was possible. She was proof. 5 seasons passed. Nkechi, now 17, stood before the red hut as new trouble stirred. Word had spread of Umueze's spirit walker, the girl who could heal possessed souls. People brought their cursed loved ones from distant villages, seeking hope. Today's visitors came from the mountain regions. They carried a young boy, no older than 8, whose eyes were solid black. Something ancient rode within him, snarling at the light. Please, his mother begged. The diviners say kill him. But he's my only child. Nkechi saw herself in the boy, young, possessed by circumstances beyond control, needing bridge instead of blade. She nodded. Bring him inside. The red hut had evolved. No longer a prison but a healing chamber. The walls held memories of transformation. Her mother's spirit lingered in the bones of the space, guiding each healing. As she worked with the boy, singing the old lullabies, offering the spirit fruit of positive memories, Nkechi felt the full weight of her destiny. This was her purpose, not just saving her village, but teaching the old wisdom. That hunger could be fed with love. That brokenness could choose wholeness. That bridges were stronger than walls. The boy's possession broke like fever. Another guardian spirit, twisted by tragedy, chose transformation over destruction. Another family reunited. Another village saved. Outside, her father waited with Sangoma Thandi. Janari watched from the forest. The other orphans, now her true siblings, prepared the celebration feast. Even Mama Aju smiled, proud of the strange child she'd sheltered. Nkechi emerged from the red hut, marking another successful healing. The villagers cheered, but she heard deeper music, the ancestors singing, the spirits dancing, the world in balance. She was no longer the orphan who entered the red hut. She was Nkechi the bridgewalker, daughter of love and understanding, protector of the spaces between. And her story had just begun.